Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this is a wooden version of a human eye, and the nice thing is we can take it apart and put it back together again as many times as we wish, and we won't be causing injury to anyone. So let's get started. First of all, we remove the eyelid. The next level, of course, is the cornea, and because the cornea is see-through, we make it out of Perspex. The cornea, of course, is housed in the eyeball, which is housed in the skull. So let's remove that. The next layer is the iris. We all know the iris is actually a hole. I know it looks black when we look at each other, but that's just because of the space between the iris and the retina. Okay, so let's remove this area that is housed in. The next layer is the lens, which is right behind the iris. And once again, because the lens is see-through, we make it out of Perspex. And lastly, the retina. Did you know that the retina is actually orange? Isn't that interesting? Okay, so I'd like to suggest let's put this eye back together again. First of all, the lens, which is behind the iris and in front of the retina. Let's add the area that the iris is housed in, and then the iris itself, then the skull and the eyeball, the cornea, and lastly the eyelid. And the eye is intact again. But what about the side view? Let's have a look at that. First of all, again, we remove the eyelid and the cheekbone, and there is the eye in front of us, the eyeball. When we remove the iris, we can see, and the eyeball, we can see the cornea from the side view. There's the cornea, there's the iris with a hole in it, there's the lens, there's the space in between. These are nerves. Okay, so why don't we take that apart? Let's have a look at the labels underneath. There we go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there are two ways to build this particular puzzle. First of all, like we've done now with the picture on top of the labels, or otherwise, what we could do is to build the picture puzzle first, like we've done there, and then match the labels with the various parts of the eye on its dissection. There you are. So why don't we put it back together again? There we go. The lens, the eyeball, the iris, and the cheekbone and the eyelid. And there we go. The eye is intact again. Thank you so much for your attention.